Hi there, this is Tamara Doris, your Sacramento real estate professional. And I wanted to just do a really short video on people who are facing a notice of default, facing foreclosures. And because someone said the other day that people who send letters to people who are facing foreclosure, the agents who send letters are like ambulance chasers. And I went, whoa, let me give you a little bit of my background to see if it applies to you. Back in 2008, when the market crashed and all these banks were foreclosing on properties, I wasn't one of those agents who went. I could have easily gone and kissed up to the banks and become a foreclosure agent. I could have been one of those agents who tried to get real estate owned property, but I didn't. I went for people who were still living in their home, who wanted to save that home or at least not have a foreclosure on their credit score. And so I worked a lot of transactions that didn't end up being transactions in an effort to help the homeowner. I have to tell you, I have to be honest, that there were a lot that I could not save because they were too close to auction date. But there were a few where, because I had a third party authorization, which if you have me help you, that's something I will get from you, which just says Tamara Doris has my permission to speak on behalf of my loan. And if you tell me I want to stay in this house, I just want to, figure out a way to pay it back or whatever, I make that call on your behalf and I get paid zero. And so someone asked me, why would you do that for free? Because it's good karma, number one. Number two, if I can keep you in your house, you're going to think of me when someone you know or love is going to buy or sell property, right? You're going to think of me. So to me, it's a lot more effective for me to spend some time helping a person who wants to stay in their home than it is spending money on Facebook ads and stuff like that, right? The second thing I want to point out is that my own mother was in foreclosure when she unexpectedly passed away. And I did not know that they had set an auction date. I did not know this. And now I understand that the reason she passed away in part was because of what the stress did to her. She didn't share it with anybody, which was heartbreaking, right? So her house, she passed away, and her house, they had an auction date. And I worked my fingers to the bones. I did everything I could to get that auction date pushed back. And then I sold it really quickly. It doesn't matter, you say, if she's dead. Why would you care if she has a foreclosure on her record? I didn't want it. I didn't want it. I just didn't want it. It was a matter of dignity and saving what dignity that she had. So this is a personal endeavor for me. I really care about helping people. If you have a short sale on your home, what that means is that you owe more than the current market value. And in those cases, sometimes I can get the bank to agree to sell it, and it shows up on your credit as settled for less than owed. So that's not ideal on your credit, but it is a heck of a lot better and more dignified than foreclosure, right? You don't want them to come pounding on your door and, the sheriff's sale and all that. It's just, you want to save your dignity is what I would feel like that. So anyway, if you are watching this and you are someone who has been served a notice of default and you want to stay in your home, or you owe more than the home is worth, or you have equity in your home and you just want to get out while the getting's good, I can help you with that too. That would be what we would call a traditional sale. So there's a deed in lieu, which means that the bank might work with you. It really only happens about 10% of the cases. I just want to be super honest with you. Or a short sale where you owe more than the current market value, or a traditional sale. If you have any equity, let's get it out, right? If you have equity, don't let the bank take it. I'm going to tell you what happens. If you wait and let the bank take the property, what's going to happen is they're going to sell it on the courthouse steps, and they're going to take only what's owed. So if you only owe $150,000 on a house that's worth $300,000 or $400,000, they're going to just take what's owed. And all that equity, they'll give you some. They have to, by law, they have to give you some of it, but they go through such a process that literally the difference in a traditional sale, what I could do for you versus what the bank will give you after they foreclose on it, it could be more than 50%. And I've seen this. I'm not just talking. I've seen it. I've seen what a low amount it can be. It's just not fun. I mean, I'm not anti-bank because banks loan money and we need that in the real estate industry. But I'm very I'm very hesitant about banks when they just come in and it's just like there's so many people to call and so many different departments. And it can get really frustrating when someone's telling you that they're going to take your home away. So let me help you. I can only help so many people in a month, in any given month. And I want to help whoever I can. I can tell you that I was at I hosted a yard sale for a seller of mine last month. And someone came in and he said, "Oh, I really don't want to sell my home, but I have to." And I said, "Well, maybe I can help you." And I did. And he wanted to stay in the house. He didn't want to sell it. And someone said to me, "But you didn't get paid. You didn't get paid anything." And I said, "I didn't get paid a penny, but I got a lot of goodwill with that guy. I got a lot of goodwill in my own heart and consciousness, and I got a lot of goodwill with that person. And I'm sure he'll tell all the neighbors and all his friends about it." So there is a method to my madness. I'm not just a pro bono person, but I do my fair share of pro bono, and I think it's really important because I care about this community and I care about the people in it. So if that sounds interesting to you and you want to learn more about how to work with me, all you need to do is click on the link below and we will set something up soon. I hope you have a great day. Bye-bye for now.